Riders, my name is SimpleStar. Welcome back to another taming guide. Today I am going to tell you how to tame this nightmarish and yet very awesome looking horse. This mount is called Alpha Nalrys and I have made videos on him in the past when I really just started out making them. So today I figured I would give you a more clear guide on how to tame this guy. So the bestiary page says that we need a mark. Obtaining the mark to tame this beast requires the strength of those familiars native to the Ixalan Badlands. As usual, the bestiary gives us a clue on how to tame this guy. Alright, so I have arrived in Stygaea, Vale to be more specific. So let's actually take a look at how to obtain Nalrys' recipes. And yes, that is a plural. Because for Nalrys you need 2 recipes to craft the mark. Alpha Nalrys mark recipe on its own is not going to be enough. Because as you might see, you're going to need quite an odd ingredient. You will need Nalrys' energy. This is also something that you need to craft and that you need a recipe for. So both recipes actually have a 100% chance to drop from Alpha Nalrys himself. However, killing Nalrys is going to be quite difficult, because just like Golpyron and Burning Roxinus, once his health reaches 5%, he does a knockback attack and then after a few seconds regains 30% HP. This means that you only have those few seconds to get him from 5% health to dead, and that can be quite a challenge. You will need a very high DPS party for that. Now, it is possible to do it alone, but you would need about 120,000 DPS at least. Now, the mark itself also has a chance of dropping from Ranod Stitch skin, which is a boss that spawns around here in the Timeless Forest. So once you have the recipes, let's take a look at what's needed. In order to craft the Alpha Nalrys mark, of course, you will need 1 Nalrys' energy, 135 complex familiar orbs, and 200 high taming elixirs. So I will start off with the easy part, which is these 2 ingredients. Of course, both can be crafted using the Bartercraft tab. However, there is an even simpler way of obtaining those, and that is to just farm the crap out of the mobs inside the Dread Citadel, because they drop boxes of 10 pieces of complex familiar orbs or high taming elixirs. So with these 2 ingredients covered, let's take a look at Nalrys' energy. For Nalrys' energy, we are going to need a lot of seals. And unlike the bestiary said, these are all familiars from Stygaea and not from the Ixalan Badlands. The elites are not really that difficult to tame. The marks can drop from any mob inside Stygaea, and they have a particularly good chance of dropping again from the mobs in the Dread Citadel. The heroics, however, are going to be a bit of a challenge. First of all these heroics require a mark. And let me see if I have some in my storage or in my inventory. I have a Magnatu mark right here, Finian marks right here. Let me just fetch some Calypos marks.
My lockboxes are safe and secure.
Calypos, right. Alright, so these are the marks that you will need to begin with. However, aside from those, Finian and Calypos also require an armor set. For Finian, that is this armor set right here, the Modest Slayer set, and for Calypos, that is this set under the first one, the Austere Slayer set. Now, I have made taming guides on both Finian and Calypos, and that will explain how to get this armor. So if you don't know already, I suggest you check those out, give it a watch, and then come back. Now, these aren't the only armor sets that we're going to be using to tame Alpha Nalrys. We're also going to be using this armor set right here, Complex Slayer Armor. The reason for that is because Nalrys has a taming debuff, the Haunted effect. Charon, Pyron, and Roxinus have this effect as well, and wearing 4 or 5 pieces of this armor set will make you resistant and thus improve your taming chance. I have teleported over to the shrine at Midnight Lighthouse, which is right next to the Black Pit. This is where we will find the first ingredients for Nalrys' energy, which is Finian. Finian flies clockwise around the entire Black Pit at an altitude of 900 meters. Finian can spawn both tameable and untameable, and he is level 52 when tameable. Now of course you need to wear the armor when taming him, and with every attempt a mark will be consumed. So make sure you bring enough marks. The armor will not disappear after a failed attempt, so that is very good. Finian has a respawn time of 6 hours in total, so if he is untameable you'll have to kill him and then wait 6 hours. Ooh! As for Magnatu, hello! He is up actually. Now Magnatu, if we look at our map, spawns in this room in Purgatory. So let me show the location on my map, that is right here. The entrance is on the top of Lost Mountain, right next to Jamirot's spawn point. So Magnatu can also spawn untameable. Level 52, again, just like with Finian, is tameable, and when he is tameable, he'll also have these inner souls surrounding him. Now I am probably going to tame this guy and save him for later, because Magnatu is difficult to get for multiple reasons. First of all, regular Magnatu has also a small chance of spawning as Ancient Magnatu. And Ancient Magnatu will also make this more difficult, because normal Magnatu is often killed by players who come and check if Ancient Magnatu is up. Furthermore, because Magnatu has an Ancient variant, you will not see a spawn message if regular Magnatu appears. To add to that, Magnatu has a ridiculously long respawn timer of 8 hours. So that is very long. If he spawns untameable, you have to wait 8 hours and deal with the possibility that of course he can be killed by other players, and Magnatu can spawn Ancient. Alright, now for the next part, Calypos, right, Calypos, right here. It's interesting because I cannot really go to a specific location where he will spawn, because he has a lot of spawn points. He has around 12, and they go all the way from the corner here in Stillhaven, along Twilight Path, Timeless Forest, Oblivion Fields, up Memory Hill, and the Lost Mountain. So that's a lot of spawn points. Luckily, he does not roam this entire area. After he has spawned, he will stay at that spawn point and only roam a couple of meters around it. And the spawn messages will help you locate him as well. For example, it can say Calypos has appeared at the Lost Mountain in Stygaea, and that means you will have to look around this region in order to find him. Right, so once we have the heroics, all we need to do is get the elites. Who else wander around Eternity Lake? Who knows flies around the Black Pit at any altitude he can be found really. So again, that is incredibly easy. Guys, I have everything that I need to craft my Nalrys mark. So right now we can go here and craft Nalrys' energy, and then finally we can craft Alpha Nalrys mark. My Tame conditions are met. I'm not gonna get them any lower. Let's hope for the best. Yes, so far so good. Oh, I'm scared. I'm so scared. Like this can go either way, guys. Yeah, let's go nice red. More green, excellent. Key. Oh, one more. Yes! Yes! We got him! We got him! Excuse me. You aren't invited to my party. Right. We got him! We got him! Wow! And completely solo as well. That was amazing. Let's take this beautiful boy out. So that is it for today, guys. This was an incredibly lucky tame. First attempt ever on this character, and wow, do I love this horse. I hope that this video has been fun or helpful or informative, and if it has, you can always let me know by leaving a like if you enjoyed it or leaving a comment. I would very much appreciate either of those. And if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing. So thank you so much for watching, and until a next time. So long, my riders!